Hi, fifth graders. So today we're going to be talking about the last lesson in this topic. And today's lesson is all about interpreting numerical expressions. So basically what we're going to be doing today, we're not going to be solving any of these problems. We're going to be using what we know about numerical expressions and about word problems and about certain math concepts to figure out whether an expression is greater than, less than, or equal to the corresponding expression it's being compared to. So the first thing we want to do, let's look at this first expression. What is the same in both of these expressions? Well, they both have 4 3/8 plus 3 1/2. Okay, those are the same. So basically, if we have a scale, okay, the scale is even. It's perfectly horizontal right now with just these two things. But then on one side, we multiply by 7, and on the other side, we multiply by 22. So how will we compare these? Is it greater than, less than, or equal to? Well, this one, my 7, is going to be less than this. So it's less than. Okay, and we basically do that every time. We see what's the same in each one, and then we see what's happening and which one is going to be greater than or less than. So this next one, what is the same on both of these expressions? They both have 7 1/10 divided by 5. Okay, and then what's happening to each side of the expression? Well, both of them are adding 8 2/10. Now, again, it doesn't matter what side 8 2/10 is on because that's the commutative property. It can switch back and forth. So, if the same thing is happening, our little balance is still the same. So, they are equal. This next one, what is the same on both of these expressions? They're both being divided by 30. Okay? But this is being divided by 30, and this is being divided by 30. So what would be greater than, less than, or equal to? Well, if you have this amount, don't even have to add it, a smaller amount divided by 30 or a bigger amount divided by 30, the bigger amount divided by 30 would still be bigger. So this is less than that. The next one, what is the same in both of these expressions? 5,366 minus 17 on both of them. But then this one is being multiplied by 1/3. So let's see if you can remember. If you're multiplying a number by a fraction, is your answer going to be greater or smaller? Your number is going to be smaller if you multiply by a fraction. So this is less than this. And then the next one, it says 13,888 minus 4,296 is happening on both sides. But one side is adding 71 and one side is adding 70. So the left one is greater than the right one. It's one more. And then this very last one, they have the same numbers in common. But what I want to talk to you, we have this 15 and this 15 is being multiplied by what is in this parentheses, okay? So that's the same thing as taking 15 and multiplying it by 3 6/10, and then taking 15 and multiplying it by 9 44/100. So that is called the distributive property, which is the same thing as this, 15 times 3 6/10 and 15 times 9 44/100. So these are actually equivalent. So again, we didn't solve anything. We just used what we knew about adding, subtracting, multiplying, and dividing numbers and fractions. And we were able to solve these, and we were able to compare them easily. So let's look at these last two problems. It says Brooke's score in a card game is 713 plus 102 plus 516. On her next turn, she draws one of the cards shown. Now her score is this. All right, so what you guys are going to do, you are going to complete this next slide independently. Okay, and now the one thing, what I do want you to do, I want you for this one, it says which cards did she draw? So you're going to use those cards. But I also want you to do something else. The cards that you didn't use, okay, so if I'm going to label these cards 1, 2, 3, and 4, 1, 2, 3, and 4, what I want you to do, I want you to write what this expression would look like for all of those cards. Okay, what would it look like if you doubled your score? What would it look like if you cut your score in half? What would it look like if you add 200 points? Again, we're not finding the answer. We're writing what the expression would look like that. Okay, so you're going to write what the expression would look like for all of those cards and explain why. And then the last one, again, you're going to explain this one as well without doing any calculations. How can you compare the areas? All right, so you're going to complete this slide for your homework today. If you do have any questions, please let me know. Have a good day. Bye.